Imagine dedicating 40 to 45 hours a week to working out, practicing, and memorizing a playbook as thick as an encyclopedia. And on top of all of that, still having to go to class for 5 to 6 hours out of the day and worry about homework and studying for tests and quizzes. That is the life of a Division I college football or basketball player. Most college students have part-time jobs through college to make a little bit of extra money to be able to go out on the weekends. However, because of the time dedicated to their sports, student athletes do not have this luxury, which is why they should be paid a fair wage for the work they do on the field or on the court. Because of the amount of time dedicated to each sport, student athletes are more like employees rather than just regular college students. By paying student athletes a small stipend, which would easily be covered by the amount of money the NCAA and universities make on nationally televised games and advertisements, the amount of money-related scandals at major universities would significantly decrease. Most college students are responsible for themselves and their academics. However, student athletes are responsible for themselves, their academics, their sport, and the image of their sports program and university. Contrary to popular belief, being a college athlete is a full-time job. According to Forbes.com, the average Division I college football player devotes 43.3 hours per week to their sport. That's 3.3 hours more than the typical American work week. This 43 plus hours is in addition to the time spent in class, study halls, and studying for tests and quizzes and doing homework. Not only is there significant demand of the student athlete's time while they're at home, college athletes are also forced to miss certain days of class for nationally televised games. Currently, the NCAA Division I football championship is played on a Monday night, which means that each of the two teams' 70-plus man rosters will miss at least the first day of the spring semester. At other schools, the road to the Division I men's basketball championship can cause students to miss up to a quarter of the entire spring semester. Players' time is also regulated during the off-season and before nationally televised games. Unlike regular college students, college athletes have nightly curfews. Furthermore, during the off-season, coaches are not legally allowed to mandate that the players practice or train. However, college athletes are highly encouraged to hold these team activities on their own in order to stay in shape for the upcoming season. Social media posts of student athletes are often regulated at major universities as well. A student athlete can find themselves in quite a bit of trouble for posting the wrong picture or tweeting the wrong thing. Because college athletes are more like employees, they should be paid a fair wage to compensate them for their time and dedication. This would significantly reduce the amount of money-related scandals in schools and put the focus back on athletics. While it is true that the student athletes are getting a scholarship for a free education worth up to $100,000, there's no allotment in these scholarships for things like gas, food, clothing, or even emergency leave home. The NCAA currently prohibits universities and coaches alike from giving college athletes personal spending money, even for such things as personal leave home. However, Mark Edelman of Forbes magazine reported that the average coach's salary for a BCS Bowl eligible team last year was $2.05 million. Furthermore, the NCAA currently reports an $11 billion annual revenue. As I said, by paying the student athletes a small stipend, I'm not saying $5,000 or even $10,000 a semester, but by paying them $1,000 to $2,000 a semester, student athletes would be less inclined to get involved in money-making schemes. In 2012, Reggie Bush had to return his Heisman Trophy after reports surfaced that he received over $30,000 in cash and other bonuses from boosters and other sources while at USC. While this was one of the most extreme cases, punishment for student-involved money-related schemes can often lead to suspension or expulsion of the player. Now that you know how paying the players a small stipend would reduce the amount of money-related schemes, I would like to cover what I went over today. Today, I covered why college athletes should be paid to play a sport that they love. I covered why student athletes are more like employees rather than regular college students, such as the amount of regulated movement. I also covered the punishments that can happen if students find themselves falling prey to a money-making scheme. At the end of the day, college athletes are basically employees, and it's only fair to pay them a fair day's wage for a fair day's work. Thank you.